On a cold January morning in 2007, a man played remarkable violin for about 45 minutes near a metro station in Washington, D.C. During that time, approximately 2,000 people passed through the station, most of them on their way to work. After 3 whole minutes, the first man noticed the music. He slowed his pace and stopped for a few seconds and then hurried to meet his schedule. 4 minutes later, the violinist received his first $1. A woman threw the money in the hat and continued to walk carelessly. After 10 minutes, a 3-year-old boy stopped, but his mother tugged him along hurriedly. For around 45 minutes, the musician played continuously, and only 6 people stopped and listened for a short while. About 20 gave money, but continued to walk at their normal pace. The man collected a total of $32. When he finished playing and silence took over, no one noticed, no one applauded, nor was there any recognition. No one could know that the violinist was Joshua Bell, one of the greatest musicians of the world, and what he played was one of the most intricate pieces ever written, with a violin worth $3.5 million. Brothers and sisters, this is a true incident. Just a few minutes later, this news got flashed in almost all the news channels, and the next day enclosed the headlines of nearly all the newspapers. And more or less, some questions became the hub of hot discussions like, in a common place, at an inappropriate hour, do we really perceive beauty? Do we stop to appreciate it? Do we recognize talent in an unexpected context? And the conclusion drawn was, talent has no recognition in tattered rags. Very true. Today, everybody salutes the position, status, fame, and the stage on which the person is standing. Who cares for the capabilities, potentialities, and caliber? On the contrary, in the field of spirituality, where the world salutes the position, there is someone who searches the devotion. Where the world applauds at the reputation, there is someone who smiles at the dedication. Where the world marvels at the success mark, there is someone who looks just at the spark. And that someone is none other than the perfect master of the time. Because brothers and sisters, only Gurudev has the competence to convert a small spark into a glowing, blazing fire. As His Holiness Ashutosh Maharaj very beautifully says, just as the hidden beauty of an ordinary piece of rock is not visible by the gross eye of the commoner, the inner perfections are also not perceptible to the ordinary mortals. It is the sculptor with the transcending vision who brings forth the beauty, glory, and perfection hidden underneath the common piece of rock. Similarly, Gurudev looks through the crude self of the being and with his divine art gives it a beautiful shape par excellence. History testifies it by providing innumerable examples. Those were the steady and assured hands of Gurudev Chanakya that sculpted Emperor Chandragupta out of the crude Chandragupta. Those were the divine, observant eyes of Ramakrishna Paramhansa that could spot out the unrefined skills in Narendra and then carved him out to give this world a blessing in the form of Swami Vivekananda. The list is endless, where the masters turned the bud into a full blossoming flower. Nevertheless, Moving one step ahead, brothers and sisters, it would not be an exaggeration if I say that the benevolent Master doesn't call even for your capabilities, but demands your true and pure feelings. He doesn't need your intellectual powers, but the power of love, dedication, and unconditional devotion. If we dare to generate the latter, then that merciful power has the competence to create even that spark within us and glorify it. As Yogananda Paramahansa used to teach his disciples, devotion is the secret key, for God cannot resist the outpourings of great love from a true devotee's heart. At the time of Buddha, there lived an old beggar woman. She used to watch the kings, princes, and people making offerings to Buddha, and there was nothing she would have liked more than to be able to do the same. So what she did? She went out begging, but at the end of a whole day, all she had was one small coin. With that coin, she bought some oil and took it to the monastery. With great devotion and tears in her eyes, she lit the lamp and placed it before Buddha and made a deep, heartfelt wish. Gurudev, I have nothing to offer but this tiny lamp. But through this offering, in the future, may I be blessed with the lamp of wisdom. May I be blessed with the lamp of wisdom. That night, the oil in all other lamps went out, but the beggar woman's lamp was still burning at dawn when Buddha's disciple came to collect all the lamps. He tried to blow it out, but it kept on burning. He tried to snuff it out with his fingers, but it stayed alight. He tried to smother it with his rope, but still it burned on. The Buddha had been watching all along, and with a proud smile on his lips, he said, "Do you want to put out that lamp? You cannot. You cannot even move it, let alone put it out. If you were to pour the water from all the oceans over this lamp, it still wouldn't go out, because this lamp has been lighted with devotion and purity of heart and mind." So, brothers and sisters, it's high time. It's high time let us all kindle the sincere devotional feelings within to be a part of this great grand mission of world peace. Then our generous, gracious, merciful Gurudev will himself ignite the spark within us and will make us the enlightening lamps that will free the entire world from the darkness of ignorance. Have devotion, you yourself will witness a miracle. Shri Ashutosh Maharaj Ji ki Jai.